Okay, so today we're going to read our story, The Snail and the Whale. And then we're going to compare and contrast the snail and the whale. This is the story of a tiny snail. Oh, and our book is by Julia Donaldson and Axel Scheffler. This is the tale of a tiny snail and a great big blue humpback whale. This is a rock as black as soot, and this is a snail with an itchy foot. The sea snail slithered all over the rock and gazed at the sea and the ships on the dock. As she gazed, she sniffled and sighed. The sea is deep and the world is wide. How I long to sail, said the tiny snail. These are the other two snails on the flock, who all stuck tight to the smooth black rock, and said to the snail with the itchy foot, "Be quiet! Don't wiggle! Sit still! Stay put!" The tiny snail sniffled and sighed, then cried, "I've got it, I'll hitch a ride." And on this trail, the tiny snail, up a silvery trail that looped and curled, said, "Ride around the world." This is the whale who came out one night when the tide was high and the stars were bright. A humpback whale, immensely long, who sang a snail a wonderful song of shimmering ice and coral caves and shooting stars and enormous waves. And on his tail the humpback whale held it out to the starlit sea and said, "Come and sail with me." This is the sea so wild and free that carried the whale and the snail on its tail, towering icebergs and far-off lands. It looks like they're up towards the Antarctic, doesn't it? That's pretty cool. With fiery mountains and golden sand. So now they're by a volcano, so they're probably in a more southern climate. Those are the waves that arced and crashed, that formed and frolicked and sprayed and splashed. The tiny snail on the big whale. These are the caves beneath the waves, where wonderful fish and feathery fins and sharks with hideous toothy grins swam past the whale with the snail on his tail. As they gazed in the sky, the sea and the land, the waves and the caves and the golden sand, she gazed, amazed by it all, and she said to the whale, "I feel so very small." Then came one day the whale lost his way. These are the speedboats running a race, zipping and zooming all over the place, upsetting the whale with their spring oar, making him swim too close to the shore. This is the tide slipping away. This is the whale lying beached in a bay. "Quick, off to the sand, back to the sea," cried the snail. "I can't move on land, I'm too big." The snail felt helpless and terribly small. "I've got it," he said, and started to crawl. "I must not fail," said the tiny snail. So the whale got stuck on the land, didn't it? This is the bell in the school in the bay, ringing the children to come out and play. This is the teacher holding her chalk, telling the class that still don't talk. This is the board as black as snoot. This is the snail with the itchy foot. A snail, the teacher turns pale. Look, it's leaving a trail. This is the snail, and he wrote on the board to save the whale. These are the children running from school. These are the firemen digging a pool, squirting and spraying to keep the whale cool. So now all these people are helping. Back to the dock and flock on the rock, who said, My, how time's flown, haven't you grown?" And the whale and the snail told their wonderful tale of the shimmering ice in the coral caves, the shooting stars, the enormous waves, and how the snail, so small and frail, with her looping, curling, and silvery tail, saved the life of the humpback whale. Then the humpback whale held out his tail and crawled on, snail after snail. They sang in the sea, they set sail on the tail of a big humpback whale. Okay, so that was a good story. We're going to be talking about comparing and contrasting the characters, but I also think that it was a good lesson to learn that no matter how small you are, you can help make a difference, right? Pretty cool.